Well, we're back on the bike lift again, and I've got the two operating arms of the twin leading shoe brakes separated now, and I've got the cable still attached to the first arm, but I've disconnected the link arm here, and I've got the brake lever tied back on the handlebars to a point where the one lining has started to bite, and with the connecting rod disconnected and a spanner on the other arm, I've moved that until it's starting to make contact with the drum, and we can see that obviously the two brake shoes have been way out of step, so I can make adjustments to compensate for that. But I may actually have to take the wheel off again, because I've noticed when I operate this shoe, although there's a good springiness, return springiness there, when I pull it to the point where it makes contact, it was actually sticking a little. I think it might have been, perhaps it was catching on the brake operating arm itself. Well, that's good to see. That's made my job easier. I can probably, in that case, just make adjustments so that both shoes are coming into contact with the drum together. Oh, there we are. Yeah, it's the way I had the end of the connecting rod was catching on it and making it stick, rather than the operation of the cam against the shoe itself, which is what I suspected at first. Right, so what I want to do is I want to adjust this operating rod now, if I can. I think there's enough thread there. It's also slightly bent, so I'll deal with that. I want to adjust it to bring the fulcrum, where the pin goes through, down. And if you look, it's about 1/4 of an inch. That's a hell of a lot sort of out of step with the other one, but hopefully I'll be able to achieve the adjustment and settings I want, and we might actually have a decent front brake on this. So I'll set about sorting this out, and if things come together quite well, we might just get a test ride on it later on. Right, with the handlebar lever still tied back with weight just coming on it, we see that actually we've got 90 degrees there as well. So this brake has just come on, and I've since straightened out the slight bend that we had in one end of the link rod or connecting rod there, and I've adjusted it, shortened it probably by more than 1/4 of an inch actually, and I've just got weight coming on this short arm. If I apply some pressure with the spanner, I can just slide that bolt in and out. So this brake operating arm is pulling the shorter one to a point where its brake shoe is now making contact with the drum. So I'm pretty sure that the brake will be far more effective and less spongy. It might need a few miles to bed in absolutely thoroughly, but I'm sure we'll have something resembling a front brake now. So I've got that shoe and that shoe making contact with the drum at the same time as each other, which is always a bonus. We just got the Triton off the bike lift and took a ride up and down the lane on it to see if we had anything in the way of any front brakes at all. And although I don't think we were going to be doing any stoppies, there was certainly something far more significant there than there was before, and I think that'll bed in. But just as I pulled up out here, I was considering taking a ride on it on the road shortly. But as I pulled up on the yard here, I gave the front brake a good squeeze to see if I could maybe lock the front wheel as I came to a standstill, and instead of that, the cable went pop and a nipple came off in there. Oh, there it goes. It's one of those, look at that, one of those screw-on ones. You never want one of them on your brake. I don't really like them much on anything else, but I wouldn't want one on the brake. Although to be fair, it looks like it was soldered as well actually, and the cable, yes, has actually snapped where it just comes out of there. So I've got some soldering to do now by the looks of it. Get a proper nipple on it as well, I think. And so back onto the bike lift. It's proving a little bit reluctant, this one, at the moment, but hopefully we'll get there soon and get a ride on it, a proper ride, and see what it's like.